What's going on, bowling fans? Welcome back to the channel. Today, in this video, Justin and I are going to be discussing? Is it the weirdest way to say discussing? Justin and I are going to be talking about the brand new Motiv Steel Forge. That's right. That's what we're talking about. And you clicked on it. So we're going to give it to you. We're going to give you what you want, I think. Right? Is that what you want us to do? Because that's what we're going to do. I think the intro is next. Yeah. Hello everyone and welcome back. Again, we have got the Williams in the house. And we have a sick or under the weather Williams with us today. Yeah, there she is. Not feeling too good. She's got the crazy party hair though, that's probably why, Justin. Maybe you should make sure you see what she's doing at night. That she's not feeling good in the morning, you know, I don't know, man. Is she like sneaking out already? Like, what's going on here, buddy? We are talking about the Steel Forge, and this thing looks pretty darn good, man. I know every single time we make a Motiv video, it's hard to find the negatives because, you know, we're shilling a little bit for Motiv. Obviously, you're on staff. This is why we make these videos. But to be fair, man, like, I just don't feel like this company lays too many eggs for the most part. They seem to do a pretty good job with the R&D and the development. And when they put a ball out, it just makes sense where that ball is going to go and what ball that is replacing.
Well, let's back up for 1 second because you said,
oh, we're going to back that thing up
only because, like you said, that they don't make bad stuff, right? So, like, obviously, I don't agree with some of the stuff that I throw from them, but nobody's ever going to like match up with everything 100%. But with that said, we still do tell you guys the truth, right? Mm-hmm. So, like if I don't like it, I tell you guys. If we don't do anything, I don't try and hide that. I'm not going to match up with everything. So, but we do tell you the truth. I do say if I don't like it, I do say what I don't like about it. I do say all that kind of good stuff.
Honesty is always the best policy, and that's what we thrive on here in Callahan's Performance Bowling.
So yeah. So anyway, so the numbers for this are 2.47 with an 0.55. You can get the detonator core again with the MXV Pro Reactive.
I remember the detonator from a couple of releases too. So this is not a super new technology. It's just taking that MXV and then adding it to the detonator, which has already been proven in the Forge line. That's the core that they use.
But this is like a very flippy ball for me. It reminds me of the Iron Forge, which is a very good thing. But this ball, I think, is a very, very good complement or replacement for the Iron, I guess you can say.
That was my next question. Do you think that this sturdily replaces that Iron Forge? It to me, I mean, I remember a little bit of the Iron Forge. That was like two summers ago. I think we made that ball review.
The silver, it was the silver and red one that looked like Halloween.
Yeah, it was like the blood like looking one. That was pretty sick. And that one, if I can remember correctly, did have some angle and did have good length through the heads. So
at the time, the Bowlers, if I'm not mistaken, Bowlers Journal, the magazine, dubbed it the most angular ball ever. This
would be the obvious next up in that line to replace that shape. So It does make sense.
And it's coming off of the Sub-Zero Forge. But coming from like a very smooth, chuggy forge to this is like, holy cow.
So let's talk about what you bowled on. Obviously, you're at Bowlerama throwing the ball again like you are in all the other videos with a reasonably fresh lane. I feel like they are nice to you when you go down there to throw some shots. Talk us through your process.
I mean, I bowled right before league, so I was on the hold pair, which normally is old in case something happens anyway. It felt very fresh. For me not bowling the summer, pretty much, I'm surprised how well I threw the ball. But yeah, so I mean, it wasn't bad. The first game, it is what it is. It wasn't horrible. The last game was fun. I missed, so it's very angular. Oh, let me start backwards. It's a very angular ball. Every time I either A, got slow with it, or B, got it left, I feel like I left a 4 count, and I feel like I left a lot of 4 counts. It felt like I went through the face a lot. Now that I come to think about it, it's really weird because normally I don't do that. But yeah, so then the last game, I was bowling. I go front three, stone eight. That was fun. And then I blame John for that one. But, you know, got to blame your pro shop guy. But then my last ball didn't matter anyway because once again, I go beacon, got a 4 count for a 275. I missed left, it hooked. I missed right, it hooked. I hit my mark, it hooked. So, I mean,
Overall, that's a good thing. I mean, you want to have some friction at the spot. So
oh, I would say it's a very good thing. Again, I don't really bowl in the summer. So like I don't bowl anything. I do videos and that's it. But like for 4 games since the last reviews, it was like, okay, that's all I've done. I've been spending time with this one. That's why I'm not bowling this summer. I picked up a golf club once. So I'm just kind of having fun with her because she's running around and whatnot. But yeah, so to go face, whatever, it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's no practice behind that, guys. There's no nothing. But I can still see what I do like in the ball. And I think it's going to be a very usable ball. The big cores is what I like. Their pearls are getting pretty freaking amazing. I know I say that a lot, but how much they improve on them is just awesome.
it's August 6th, which is crazy. I can't believe this year has gone by that fast, but we are rapidly approaching bowling season. I mean, we've got, 3 to 4 weeks away from the start of the season.
Yeah.
This is most likely going to be in your bag. So this is a question and statement maybe. Is this ball going to contend for a spot, or does it have a spot in your rotation to start the year?
Here's what's kind of nice. Now that the pearls are so good, I kind of have options now. The crimson is obviously, I do like the crimson, but with my solid jackals being solids or hybrids, because I love the white jackal. Dude, it reminds me so much of the mythic, but stronger, which the mythic is one of my favorite jackals. But there's just so many options now because I can take like hard cornering ball like that jackal. And then if I want another pearl ball, I can put in the Evoke, which is like it gets down lane and not gonna flip on me, you know what I mean? And then this one I feel flips even harder than the Evoke for it being symmetrical and reading the whole lane. But I don't know. I mean, I would like to practice with it a little bit more, especially get a few more weeks and games in it once league starts, to actually make that decision. But I can definitely see it in like tournaments and whatnot. Let's go that route. Tournaments, yes.
So when you're putting together just like your regular season lineup, right? Are you looking at your A ball or the first ball out of your bag being something with more cover because of the oil? Also, before you answer that question, knowing that you're bowling on you're not bowling at Bolorama, you're bowling down at Apple Valley, which definitely has more oil. There's more stuff on the lane. So I feel like that where you bowl is definitely going to impact what you're going to bring. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
a stupid statement. Everyone knows that, but is that what you're mainly looking for as a part of your arsenal, something that has more cover?
I go up and down. So technically, I bring 2 bags. So technically, I have 5 balls to work with, right? Because I bring a spare. So it's the decision of 5 balls. My normal arsenal is like the EJ Venom ball. I still think is my best benchmark ball that I have. And then I always bring a jackal. I normally carry the mythic. I found a legacy that I was using for a while. But then the Onyx came out. Onyx, amazing ball. That's a lot of ball though. And then I bring something on a low end maybe, like a primal or the pink venom, the hyper. And then depending on how I feel, normally I toss in the new release. So it could be a thrill. It could be the Forge.
Yeah.
Whatever's out at that time, I make sure I have in my bag, obviously, because you do want to get a feel for how that performs. And then I would go somewhere like a Black Venom, maybe, because that ball is just awesome. And then might go, I don't know.
Probably something that you wouldn't even pull out. It's almost like if
Yeah.
everything else fails, this is plan C. or
Yeah,
D at
or
that point.
I toss in the hyper along with the red ball to have 2 low end pearls. But I don't know. It all depends on like just how I'm feeling and what I see on that lane that day determines next week because sometimes they are the same or close to the same. So it's a crapshoot, right? Especially at Apple Valley. Whereas like Bullrun, I can say it's the same, but Apple Valley is just like it is what it is.
Yeah, it's week to week.
Yeah, I mean I don't complain about it. It is what it is. You know what?
She's like, "You're dead." No.
Yeah, so it all depends on how I'm feeling. I mean, and then there's those sometimes where I look at everything and I just go, oh, I haven't thrown that in a while. Let's bring that. That'll be fun.
You almost read my mind. I was thinking back to the years that I was on staff with Storm and Rotogrip. Their release schedule was a lot more daunting, obviously, than Motiv's. Motiv's a little more friendly on their, as much as you're changing and there's new stuff coming out. You know, it's a slower cycle because it's just one brand. But I remember those days that I would, I'm a glorified house rat. I'm lucky to average like 215, 220 in my own house, like which I realize that, and I've said it on all my videos anytime I've thrown the ball. and it's funny when you make fun of yourself, no one else can make fun of you in the comments because I already said the thing. Like, man, you don't throw the ball great. I'm like, yeah, but I strike sometimes, so it's cool. My arsenal always had just a bigger cover ASIM, something with like a pinup that's pearl that flips, and then something that's on the weaker end. But then, like you just said, you look at all your stuff and you're like, oh man, I haven't used that ball in a few months. Let's just pull this thing out and see how it does. It's
Right.
we're very fortunate that we are able to have a lot of stuff. People are like, oh man, you're so lucky that you have all these balls at your disposal. But and I appreciate that, and I understand there's a lot of fortune in that. So I never take that for granted.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, you can also say that when you have too many options, it can be a bad thing as well, especially if
Yeah.
you're focusing on your game and you're really focusing on being a better bowler. I was never focusing on that. I was always about the pro shop, about the reviews, and
Yeah.
trying to sell bowling balls. That was what we did. That's the reason that we made the channel and all that kind of stuff. You sit there, you're scratching your head because you have a bunch of things and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, what do I throw tonight? And then there's going to be people that know you're on staff or they know that you are affiliated with the shop. And you get people that come up to you and, hey, Justin, what about that Steel Forge, man? Did you get that yet? Are you throwing it tonight, man? Like, and then you feel not like a pressure, but a little bit of a pressure that people come to your lane and they want to see you execute a shot with a ball. And there is a bit of weight on the times that you're throwing the ball because
Yeah.
what you do on the lane or how you bowl, maybe that can impact someone's, should I get this? It didn't really roll great for Justin. Or maybe another night, like, wow, Justin just shot 760 with this thing. It's an animal. I'm gonna go buy two of them. There's that whole thought. When does this thing come out? Did we miss it already? Is this thing's
No.
long out? 8/13. Oh dang, we are before the deadline.
The 13th. And then
Let's go.
8/13, and then the new one comes out, which I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't think I can yet. But like
Every video, dude, every time we record, you always know something about the next one. And this is
no, only from what I
identical.
read. There's people who know about it, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we know about it. Like so guys, I can't say anything until Motive says something, right? So even if like Bowler's Mark or Buddy's Pro Shop or whoever, if they have it on their page, I cannot say anything about it. I cannot say what it is. I cannot say the color. I can't say anything about it until Motive promotes it or they give me the go ahead. Like, because there's sometimes we're like, they'll tell us maybe a day or two that we can start promoting, and then Motive puts it on their website like 2 days later. This next one, it got out there because I don't think you can hide anything anymore because somebody's always just willing to, hey, put it out there and not follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so it got out there, and then there's already like mixed reviews on it, and it hasn't even hit us yet. So people are like, why? And then people are like, a waste of money. And then people are like, ooh, we can't wait to get it. But then the diehard motor fans, get it. Take all my money. I don't know.
Standing there with their credit cards.
I'm excited to throw it. I know what it will replace. I might try something different with my layout on it to make it do what I want to do.
So when does that thing come in?
So normally this ball gets put out, the Forge will get put out, but then like if I order a ball today, right? If I ordered the Forge today, there's a 7-day leeway and then it gets shipped. If I'm not mistaken, they coordinate with that. Let me just see if I can find my ship date.
As far as a rough estimate, isn't it about 6 weeks?
This is the only thing I'm going to say about it, is the Forge gets released on the 13th, right? The ship date is 8/14 for me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so literally it's like sometimes it may be a day or two before the Forge gets released, Sometimes it's a day or two after it gets released, but it's normally always the next ship date is when.
Right in that window.
Yeah, it's in the window.
So you're looking at like 21st, 22nd.
Ish, yeah, ish.
And then, so you're thinking maybe like a mid-September release for that?
Yeah.
All right, I realize that I just cut that off kind of abruptly, but we get into this entire conversation about the urethane balls being banned potentially, and a little conversation about, you know, the no thumb game versus, you know, the traditional with your thumb in the ball whole thing. So instead of making this a massive 30+ minute video, I decided to just cut it right here and make this other segment that Justin and I discussed its own video. So after this, that video should be live at the same time that this is. I edited them both together. If you're interested, go over and check that video out too. And if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let Justin know what you guys think. And head over to the other video. Check that one out too. Okay then, that's it. Have a great day. Okay, bye.